what you see in the mirror is probably not your actual face. And that could be really good news for some of you. If you haven't been exfoliating pretty rigorously after you turn 40 up until today, then it's probable that your face is comprised of a crust of dead skin cells and silicone buildup. And what's lying underneath might be so much more pleasing to your eye in the mirror. The good news is that you can break through that crust without having to go to a med spa, without having to spend $1,500 or more if you try the Science of Pretty Extreme Exfoliation method. Step 1 is a heavy grit. Step 2 is a finer grit that's then going to foam up somewhat. And then step 3 is a glycolic toner. We're going to show you up close and personal how to apply these in a way that is safe. Scrubs can be aggressive and they can break blood vessels if you apply too much pressure. So we're going to be very careful in the amount of pressure. I'm going to show you right up close exactly what that looks like. We're going to start off with a nickel size amount. That might be more of a quarter. Let's put a little bit of that back in there. And I'm going to get a few drops of water. I've just got a cup of water here in front of me. And I'm going to drop several drops of water in until we make a paste. It looks kind of invisible now, but you can still feel the grit. And we're going to put that on the face. You'll feel it more than you'll see it. And then with your eyes open, looking in the mirror, you're going to use your index fingers and make circles in one way underneath your eyes in one direction, and then go the other direction with the circles. So circles this way, and then as you go back, circles this way. Don't get it in your eyes, but you do want to get underneath your eyes. You're going to get around your nostrils, and then you're going to do the other plane of your face, and then do this all the way down. Circles one way, circles the other way. Get the upper lip underneath the nose. And you can see that the pressure that I'm applying isn't really moving my face. It's moving my fingers and it's moving the product, but it's not moving my face like that. That is too much pressure when you see your skin actually being tugged or pulled. We're just skating right along the top with high friction and low pressure. Circles one direction, circles the other direction, and you're going to spend a full minute here. Sometimes I spend a full minute just on my lips. Get this all into your lips. These are all food grade ingredients. It's not fun to eat, but if it does get in your mouth, it's not that big of a deal. And then we're going to rinse this off after we get the forehead. I think I haven't done that yet. Put a little bit more product there. Circles one direction, circles the other direction, circles one way, circles the other way. All right, do not stick your face in the sink and do your hand face washing routine that has been your routine for the last 20 years. You're going to apply too much pressure. You might break blood vessels. You might get it in your eyes, and you're definitely going to miss some of the finer spots on your face. Now, step 1 has broken up the base of the crust that's been forming for years of compacted dead skin cells and silicone buildup from the makeup that you've been using, which is undoubtedly and most likely silicone based. So that is not efficient. And if that's what you've been doing in the past, then you might not exfoliate very often, because sometimes it kind of makes your skin look worse. It kind of breaks up that crust and you start to see flaking, and that's not really desirable. So you got to go on with step 2 and step 3, and then you're going to do these 3 steps for 3 days in a row, and then you can go down to once or twice a week. So step 2 is the exact same thing, a nickel size amount in the palm of your hand, a few drops of water from your sink. I'm using a cup. I'm going to make a paste and then put that onto my face. You can see this one has a little bit more of a white color to it, and it's going to feel a little bit gritty at first, but then it's going to get very foamy and it feels very slippery as you continue doing your circles in one direction, circles in the other direction. You can put a little bit more pressure on with this step, but you really don't need to. It's the friction and the chemicals and the enzymes in the pineapple that are giving you so many benefits, as well as the ferulic acid that is in the rice. There is turmeric in this. There is aspen bark. There is bamboo. So many fantastic ingredients. You really want to leave this on your face for the full 1 minute and do your circles methodically. I like to use the index finger just to make sure that I'm not applying too much pressure and that I have control, and then I'm getting every little spot on my face. And sometimes it's still left over on your palm. There we go. So now I'm going to go rinse this off and we'll go to step 3. Now, something kind of magical happens after step 2. Your skin is going to feel very smooth and you're going to be very excited. You might even think you don't need to do step 3 or that you don't need to do this for 3 days, but you do. Remember, you've got years of buildup to break through. So we want to be thorough and we want to make sure that we're really breaking through all of that. So step 3 is going to be 3 droppers of this glycolic acid, and it's going to go right onto a cotton round or a cotton ball. This step does not need to be rinsed off. You're just gonna put it on. You might feel a little bit of tingling. For some people, some people are just a little more sensitive to glycolic acid. I am, but you may not be. So it does the work on contact. You don't need to rinse it off or do anything else. So after this step, you are done with day 1 and you can move on to the hydration in 3 layers. Now, if you don't have $79 to buy the Science of Pretty version, I believe everybody deserves to get rid of the crust on their face. So you can go to my bio and find the only pinned video at the top. It has a little red banner at the top of the thumbnail that says pinned, and I will show you how to do all 3 of these steps at home with what you already have in your kitchen and your refrigerator. So choose which one is right for you, but I've put the trio right here in my TikTok shop if you're ready to buy.